Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? As you prepare for the new school year, it's good for you to anticipate some of the challenges you may have in the classroom. Knowing exactly what might occur in the classroom will help you to better prepare, thereby avoiding any stress or anxiety that may occur as a result of these challenges. That explains why for today's video, I've decided to share with you top 5 problems that you may encounter in the classroom, and of course solutions that you can implement to solve these small problems. Keep watching to find out. As a new teacher, it's good for you to anticipate some of the challenges that you may have in the classroom. A common problem that you may find is lack of classroom supplies. You might get into your workplace and you realize that there are very limited markers, and you could equally see that it's difficult for you to even see an eraser in the case of a whiteboard or blackboard. How do you overcome this problem? I will advise you to use your personal money to buy some of these classroom supplies. Take the receipt to your immediate coordinator and request for a refund. Otherwise, you talk to them, call to their attention to this problem, and demand that they buy these things and make it available for you. The next problem you may encounter is no textbooks. You wouldn't be surprised to get to school and maybe during the first 2 weeks of classes, you realize that your students do not have books. Sometimes if you're lucky, maybe within a month they have their books. Sometimes it might take up to 2 months before the books arrive in the school. I wouldn't tell exactly what is the main cause of the delay, but again, most of these kids will struggle without books. So if you're teaching, how do you manage to solve this problem? I'll advise you use worksheets. Try to channel your lesson plan in line with a worksheet. Create your own worksheet. There are a lot of websites that you can visit on the internet to download free worksheet like esl.com. When you visit these websites, you have a lot of worksheet there that you can use. Instead of getting frustrated because of no textbooks and your students are unable to write or do work that has been assigned to them, create your own worksheet. Another common problem you may find in your classroom is lack of names on notebooks. I'm smiling because this is an everyday occurrence. When you step into every classroom, it's quite common to find kids with books that has no names. For those that can manage to write their names, maybe they can spell it incorrectly. As we all know, Thai is a tonal language and it's quite different as compared to English. Therefore, sometimes there might be variation in spelling. As the teacher, English teacher per se, it will help a lot if you try to spell this name or get the spellings right. A common example is a nickname like Namtip. Sometimes it's spelled with N-U-M-T-I-P. In other cases, it's spelled with N-A-M-T-I-P. So these are examples of the variation in terms of pronunciation as compared to the English language. So try your best to get these names right. If you can spell them, go ahead. Otherwise, try to encourage the students to talk with your parents to spell this name for you. If you don't do this, it will be difficult to correct exercise books, and you might find it difficult to trace the students that own those books. The fourth problem that you might find in your classroom is no disciplinary measures. You wouldn't be surprised that as a foreigner teaching in the kingdom, you have little or no power as far as discipline is concerned. If you're dealing with difficult students, there is nothing you can do. Never attempt to implement punishment. No. Take the students to the Thai homeroom teacher. If the teacher can't do anything, then maybe you take the students to the director or your immediate coordinator. Never try to take laws into your hands by giving out punishment to the students. In any form, it's unacceptable, especially in government schools. If you do that, you might find yourself in big problems. So try to avoid that and try to keep your emotion in check. The best thing to do, for myself, what I actually do is, if I'm dealing with a difficult student, I try to ignore the students sometime and focus with those that are willing to listen. And then maybe after the class, I will look for time to come back to this student or group of students and try to talk to them and to find out what was the main reason why they were either unattentive or disturbing the classroom. In worst case scenario, I'll give them lots of work, like instead of 2 homework in a week for the rest of the classroom, I'll assign about 3 homework to that student or group of students. They hate doing homework. When you do that, they wouldn't want to like disrupt your class because they know that the teacher might get angry and assign more homework to them. And the 5th and final problem which you may encounter in your classroom is lack of a teaching assistant. In most jobs, the adverts clearly states that you will be assigned a teaching assistant. But what if you get there and you are unable to have somebody in your classroom to help you? Do not panic. Try to manage a situation by yourself, because under normal circumstances you are expected to be able to work alone. So be proactive, plan ahead of time, come up with strategies on how to manage such a huge class size. Go to the internet, there are a lot of teaching advice on how to deal with a big class size. A simple strategy is for you to divide the students into groups, assign tasks to each group, and get them working. This way, you will tend to have total control over the class, because the students won't be able to play or talk to each other. These 5 problems are some of the main challenges that new teachers and experienced teachers alike may face as far as classroom teaching is concerned. Try to plan ahead of time, and you have fun while teaching in the kingdom. I love you all, and keep checking my TikTok page and YouTube channel regularly for more uploads. Take care. Bye for now.